What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to G Miles World. Right now we're going to be looking at Day 1, Madden 22, the top cornerbacks and middle linebackers. Now look, I'm starting off with Jaire Alexander for a reason. I really like his zone coverage. Realistically speaking, though, I don't know if it's going to really matter. It's going to matter to a certain point. Let me just go ahead and rephrase that. If you have somebody that's really trash, like one of the budget beater cards I'm going to show you later on, as long as you guys are subscribed, you'll get the next video. You'll see what I'm talking about. If they're lower overalls and their zone coverage is like 60, then they'll just play like complete idiots. But for the most part, the zones don't really react like they used to prior to, I would say, Madden 16. Like, zone coverage is usually used to be in the area and actually do stuff. This new generation of Madden, in some cases, it just doesn't. They don't respond. They don't do it. They just stand there and not do anything. It's happened to all of us. It doesn't matter. You guys know what I'm talking about. So I like the zone coverage because if it does really, contribute to getting a stop in next gen Madden, I would recommend this card. And I know he's a chief, and it doesn't really matter because, like I said, as far as theme teams go, we're not trying to do a full theme team at launch. So maybe depending on the players that we need, if it's still 25, we'll figure out how to mix and match a couple guys. But I think his zone coverage stands out. It makes him a little bit more unique than the other players. So that's something that I would look at just to kind of, gauge what you want. Because even with the man coverage being 83, a lot of us are not going to man this guy up. Because dudes are getting routed crazy on next gen Madden. So I don't even think man coverage really matters unless they're running a streak. If they're running any other thing other than a streak, man coverage doesn't matter. All right, we're going to jump over to Jaire Alexander. And also, I want to go ahead and point out the one middle linebacker that we're going to be talking about is Wagner. I didn't really feel the need to go further with, whoever else is there as far as middle linebacker because it doesn't really matter. Like Fred Warner, I didn't really want to go into that because we don't know if they're going to jump yet, so it's not of real importance. So I just selected one just to kind of give you guys a heads up about the middle linebacker. Now, jumping into Jaire Alexander, 86 speed at launch is unbelievable. 85 zone coverage, 88 man. This corner is out of control. Let's just call it what it is. This guy's a ringer, all right? Would I take him over Deion Sanders? I would have to, look at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, EA is going to cheat, they're going to cheat for Deion, and it's going to be nasty in certain cases. Like, you're going to be like, yo, what the hell's going on? But Jaire's numbers are so wild, you might have to take a look at this card. Because I think he might be able to get next to final level tier with the 90-man coverage because only one more tier, 95 and above, is left. So that's at launch, you're giving him that kind of man coverage. And for whatever reason, that's OP. Let's just say for whatever reason, at the launch of Madden 22, man coverage is OP the way it was at the launch of Madden 21. This card is a no-brainer. His numbers are ridiculous. And don't worry about the jump. All secondary players jump like they just got shocked in the butt cheeks. So don't worry about that. Look at the other numbers. These numbers are ridiculous. I may have to low-key get this guy because I have to look at it like, is he going to be able to do, again, on a fourth down play when a guy comes out running all slants? Because slants, for some reason, is the bum offense. Can this guy in man coverage stay with him? If I put him in man, can he stay with him? And here goes the one linebacker I'm showing. I'm not showing Fred Warner because I don't really care. I know he's a Niner and most of you guys are like, yo, 49ers, but whatever. Wagner, he's been like a major guy in Madden. He was like a 99 guy for, in a couple years ago or something like that in one of the other Maddens. But because of the fact, like I said, these players don't jump and react, I don't want you guys to get excited about this. If for whatever reason, EA Sports allows these guys to have brains and they can move around and jump and do stuff like that, I will completely explain why they are necessary. But for now, I don't see what the basis of his card is as far as usering or anything like that, or clicking on to get a pick and things like that, because he's just not going to animate, right? Block shedding at 83, that's good for a middle linebacker. So you could probably even put him out on the outside and see if he'll get some sheds, because 83 is not bad at launch. 74 zone, we just spoke about the zone coverage, right? With Jaire Alexander. Does it really matter? He's a middle linebacker, so let's say we put him on a hook curl, and you have an idiot that keeps running around and running the same the same route right in that same area. Will he react? I don't think he will, based on what we've seen over the last couple of years. So that could be a major issue that we have to look at. I just have to be realistic with you guys. A lot of these numbers, like play rec with an 86, it don't mean nothing, bruh. he's going to have the play record of a dead raccoon. He's going to stand there and let me just go ahead and rephrase that. Depending on how they do it for 22, if it's very similar like the beta was, he won't react. And that's going to make you guys rage. So we're just going to have to do a fill-in at that position. This guy is a great budget card. This is an unbelievable budget card right here. He's a big, I think he's like 6'1". Look, this is where it gets kind of freaky, right? Because when we look at his numbers, like, yo, G-Maya, what's up with these 70s, bruh? The dude is like basically almost failing in school. But look, a lot of you dudes that were rocking the 70s, you still went on to have, you know, successful careers. You couldn't get above that 80, but you still rocked it out. This guy is similar. He could probably do something for you. 89 speed at launch? Are you kidding me? 84 overall? Listen, guys, I'm going to be totally honest. He might be on my team. Low-key, I'm going to have so many different variations of squads. It's going to be ridiculous. Because the one time that a player goes out there and thinks it's sweet, you guys know what's going to happen to him. Dude, he's getting rage sold, man. You already know what's happening. A lot of you guys can't wait for the first rage sell. I got guys asking me, like, who do I think I'm going to rage sell first? I don't know. It all depends on the way that the game plays. But this card is a great, great budget card. He's not going to get a lot of abilities that you may want at launch because he's a little bit low on the OVR side, but he'll stay with anybody. He'll stick with them like glue. And I know you look at the man coverage like, yo, G-Maya, bro, that man coverage kind of low. You see that speed right there? And the way next gen is currently, you can hold dudes at the line and you can bump them down the field past 5 yards. Will EA patch that? I don't know. I don't know if I want them to patch it because patching that might create a whole other situation that we don't want to be no part of. So we got to be very, very careful, again, about asking about patches and stuff like that because it can get really, really dangerous. But this card right here, I like this card. I think this is going to be one of those good budget cards that we could go ahead and grab. Now, Jalen Ramsey. Obviously, he's the best of the best at launch, with the exception of the legends. Now, EA Sports is going to drop some legends. Like, what they've been doing over the last 2 or 3 years, for those of you guys who have been playing MUT, they just hit you crazy at launch day with so much content. And it turns out that a lot of players are better than the regular, like these guys are active players. The legends usually come out like a bat out of hell and go crazy. If that is the case, we may go, let me just kind of give you guys some insight, right? If we're able to successfully secure Jalen Ramsey, let's say for whatever reason we get lucky and we pull him, right? He's going to be going for like 500, 600K. Would it make sense to get a lower budget beast card that pretty much is going to play the same exact way with better speed, or stick with Jalen Ramsey? That's going to be something that we have to discuss further because for those of you guys that are just getting into MUT and my MUT veterans, we all know at the launch, coin is king. So if we pull this card, we might have to raid sell him. And I know it sounds weird, but that 600K that we would get for him at launch is going to build up like 3 or 4 positions for us. That's going to make it so that we don't really miss him. Now, if for whatever reason Madden 22 is actually an attribute-based game and it makes sense to keep him, we're keeping him. It's no-brainer. We're keeping him. If the game is designed like that, do I believe right now in my heart that EA Sports is going to make a solid video game? I can't really say yes or no to that. I don't know. Because based on what I've seen, it's a lot of crazy stuff going on with next gen. But this guy is a stud at launch. I just want to make sure we understand what's going on. And now the free card, you're going to be able to get this card through challenges, right? So once the challenges are available and you go through everything, you know, pretty much they got to see how many stars you're going to need. We'll check it out. I'll have a whole video on this for you guys, and you guys know I'll take care of you, so don't even worry about it. But this is a free card. Now, you can see that he's not as beastly as Ramsey, but they're still giving him that 88 OVR. The reason for that is they have to make it appealing. This card might actually be trash. Also, he gets 2 times Patriots Chem. Just in case, for all you Patriot fans out there, it's going to be on with Wes Welker and Tom Brady with the Legend Bundle at the beginning of the year. This card could be absolutely insane and ridiculous. So I want to make sure everybody understands he's not as good as Jalen Ramsey, but he's still pretty good. So we're going to have to figure that out together as we go along. But I think for the most part, he can be really, really suitable for any team that, you know, that you're using him for. But if you are a Patriots theme team, he's going to go crazy. He's going to go absolutely dumb. It's going to be ridiculous. But at the end of the day, what is going to make you satisfied with your theme team to start? Do not go crazy. If it's still 50 players for the full theme team, we're looking at 25, and then we're mixing and matching everyone else. So this guy can easily be plugged in to anybody's team. And that is very, very important that you guys know that. I want to thank everybody for watching. Hopefully you guys have already subscribed and you're ready to go because it's about to go down in another 6 days. I want to thank you guys and girls again. Enjoy your day. One love, y'all.